So in Project Zomboid, what is the main enemy? Zombies. But what's worse than zombies? A lot of zombies. This, my friend, is what we call a horde, and they will be responsible for most of your deaths in this game if you don't know how to deal with them. That's why today I'm going to tell you the 10 best ways to clear hordes in Project Zomboid. But first, we're on the road to 50k subs, so if you want to help support the channel, please feel free to go down and subscribe. But now, let's get into the video. So let's start with our first and probably worst method for clearing hordes, the melee method. This is where you just run at a horde, smack a zombie or two, and then run away and you repeat. This method is extremely ineffective and you will probably run out of energy before making a dent in the horde, which means you will most likely die. But this is a method most noobs use, and it's most likely how you will achieve your first death in the game if you haven't already. Next is the gun method, which is pretty straightforward. You literally just shoot at the horde of guns. Simple, right? Well, it may be simple, but it might not be super effective. For this method, you'll need a lot of ammo, a pretty high skill in aiming if you want to hit your shots, and preferably a shotgun because it does the most damage and it can hit multiple zombies at once. The main problem with this, however, is that the guns are very loud, so it may attract zombies faster than you can kill them, which may quickly become a problem. Now this third one might actually be my favorite method, the fire method. If you can't beat them, burn them. Not only is this method pretty easy, but it's also very fun to look at. All you need is a lighter, a bottle of alcohol or gasoline, and a ripped sheet. Craft it into a Molotov and chuck it at the horde and watch them burn. I found that running in a circle around the burning horde is the best way to make sure they all catch fire, but there is a con to this very fun method. Fire burns not just the zombies, but also everything else around, so make sure you don't do this near your base or things might get a little toasty. Next we have the car method. With this one you just drive a car into a horde and kill as many as you can. Make sure when you do this you're driving backwards so you damage the trunk instead of your engine, or else you may end up in the middle of a horde of a car that won't move. And also if you're driving slow enough, hitting zombies won't damage your vehicle, but you could also get stuck if you aren't moving fast enough and there's just too many zombies. Next we have the avoiding method. Clearing zombies doesn't always mean killing them, and sometimes it's best to just completely avoid a horde. Yes, you may miss out on loot that's near the horde, but sometimes the risk just isn't worth the reward, and avoiding the danger altogether is the best method. Now for our sixth method, we have the distract method, which is pretty similar to the avoiding method. In this method, you'll want to move the horde away from a specific area so you can avoid fighting and just focus on looting. For this, you'll want to either honk a horn, shout, or shoot a gun at the zombies to grab their attention, and then once they're all following you, just slowly lead the horde away and make sure you're going slow enough so the entire horde continues to follow you. And once you feel like you've moved the horde a good enough distance, you can either drive or sprint away to lose the horde, then circle back around to go loot that one zombie-infested area. For our seventh method, we have the cheat method. Sometimes you've had a long, hard day and you just don't feel like killing a whole group of zombies and just want to have a nice, chilled out experience. Yes, this does take all the fun out of the game, but hey, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. And if there's a horde of 100 zombies chilling outside your base, I can understand. So for this method, just make sure you're in debug mode, then just right click near the zombies, scroll down to the zombie tab and click remove all. And congrats, you just cheated in Zomboid. Normally I'd say cheating is wrong, but come on, look at those fuckers. They definitely deserve it. Next, we move on to the group them off method. This method is like the melee method, but instead of running in like a dumbass, you will slowly crouch towards the horde and grab the attention of a few, then bring them over away from the horde and quietly kill them. Then you'll just continue to repeat this method until you thin out the horde enough to where you can just run in and kill the rest. The only downside of this method is that it can be hard to pull off and you may attract more zombies than you want to, but this is just one of those things you get better with practice, so I recommend you go try it out. Now second to last, we have the trap method. This method is where you'll trap the horde behind a tall fence which the zombies cannot break. An easy place to do this is a rich neighborhood in Maldra where pretty much every house is surrounded by tall fences. Just bring the horde to a corner of the fence and then hop it. The zombies can't break it or hop over, so they'll just slowly disperse. Now this method won't completely trap the zombies, but it's good if you're being chased by a horde. The main risk is when you hop over the fence you can't see what's on the other side, so you just have to pray there isn't another horde waiting for you. A quick fix though is to do this on a chain link fence so you can see what's on the other side. And another plus is that you can actually hit zombies through a chain link fence with certain weapons, so you can clear the horde without risk. Unfortunately, you can't truly trap the zombies in this game unless you use a bug or use a car and then turn off the option for zombies to crawl under them, but doing that is an option if you want to try it. And finally, the 10th and final method, the seducing method. For this method, just put on your sexiest bikini and give those zombies a show. They will be too in love to eat you alive and you can just go about your day like there isn't an apocalypse happening. Obviously this is satire, but the more I think about it, there might actually be a mod out there that allows you to seduce zombies. I truly hope this isn't a thing, but I have seen weirder things be modded into the game, so who knows. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.